All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nerdcamp Sports. I'm your host, Roger Anthony Ali, here with Mike Williams, also R&B, Coach Will. How you guys feeling today on this incredible Black Monday? How's everybody doing?
Happy to be here, man.
Black
Feeling
Monday.
like I'm ready to break the walls down.
Yes, like Jericho. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, there's a lot of exciting stuff happen. I'm gonna go ahead and rip the Band-Aid right off. Shout out to the Browns for getting rid of Kevin Stefanski. Let's give it up. Let's give up the city of Cleveland for getting rid of that bum.
Uh,
Let me
uh,
just share something with you. I've been counting down the days, the hours, the minutes, the seconds until that man was fired. Because for those who don't know who Kevin Stefanski is, he is the former head coach of the Cleveland Browns. And I'm thankful for that because of the way that he handled the whole situation with Shedeur Sanders was absolutely disgusting. What is your guys' take? We're gonna start off with Mike on this take on the first coach we're mentioning that got fired, Kevin Stefanski. What is your thoughts on Kevin Stefanski and fired?
for Cleveland Browns, good riddance. Good riddance. I don't care that you won Coach of the Year twice. I don't care that you've been to the playoffs. You you held you were an intricate part of holding down Shador Sanders. And you also have not been coaching well the last two seasons. Um, we know he can coach. He should be a coach, but not for this team. Um, I remember yesterday I was saying I was hoping that was the first thing I read. Unfortunately, it wasn't. It was the Falcons coach was the first thing I read that in terms of firings. But once I seen it, I was ecstatic. But like I said, I just think that he is no longer the voice for Cleveland. There's no doubt he can coach, and he's been linked to the Falcons, the Titans, and the Giants. So I do believe that he will get another job. Um, I mean, there's five other jobs open out there, so he'll land somewhere and have another opportunity.
Definitely, definitely, and that's the thing with his resume, and also, unfortunately, they hold that really high as far as him winning those Coach of the Year awards. He's going to find another job, even if it's not the job that we expect him. So, what is your thoughts on the R&B of Kevin Stefanski being fired?
Raj, you already know. Ever since I started doing this show with y'all, I've been lobbying for Kevin Stefanski to get fired.
Yes.
Even before the whole Shadur thing, I was lobbying that he needed to be up out of there.
Have
He
fun.
plays an integral part in them moving on from Baker Mayfield
Mm-hmm.
because they wanted Deshaun Watson. That was not just front office. He signed off on that too. When
Yep.
Baker Mayfield had took y'all to two Super Bowl, I mean two Super Bowl, two playoff appearances, two playoff appearances. You know what I'm saying? 2020, and I think 20. No. Baker Mayfield took them to one playoff appearance, 2020. The other playoff appearance was with Joe Flacco in 23.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Other than that, they hadn't been to the playoffs since 2002. Man, Kevin Stefanski just, I think he's a decent offensive minded coach, but I just don't know if it was the perfect fit for him to continue to be in Cleveland anymore. I'm fumbling, got my words all over the place. But yeah, that I just did. It was time for him to go, man. The writing was on the wall. Like it was just too much turmoil there. I don't think the production was there as far as him developing the talent that he did have in Cleveland. So some things went undeveloped. The talent that they did have don't seem like he was able to use it in the right way. And hey, man, when you got coaches like Kyle Shanahan and Mike Tomlin that are able to, you know what I'm saying, more so do more with less in different ways. With Kyle Shanahan, he's able to kind of not miss a beat and stay productive. as far as being an offensive guru, no matter what quarterback he inserts, you know what I'm saying? And he's able to develop talent. And Mike Tomlin is more so able to motivate his team to play, you know what I'm saying, and play hard and play physical and win games that they're not expected to win with not a lot of talent. So we have to hold Kevin Stefanski to that same, he got to be held to that same standard because you know what I'm saying that these coaches are doing it and other coaches are doing it as well. Those two I just think more notable. So at the end of the day, fuck him. It was time for him to go. I think he racist. Fuck him.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of evidence of that. I actually shared my thoughts on his position on the team and what he did to Baker Mayfield, and also his slice and his digs at Shador Sanders, which definitely came off as racist. Uh, but we could definitely talk about that on another show. But Coach Will, what is your thoughts on this, man? What is your thoughts on Shador Sanders' situation with Kevin Stefanski, and then eventually Kevin Stefanski being fired?
I think that I think that Stefanski, the Shador situation, him as a coach, Cleveland is where head coaches and quarterbacks careers go to die. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so hard to succeed in Cleveland. Like Cleveland is before our recent success. You know what I mean with the Lions the last couple of years. The Browns was the only team in the NFL that I felt like really, you know what I mean, was in the conversation for like, you know what I mean, worst organization along with the Lions. And as far as fans that just done been through so much with their team. Like, and this is just, you know what I mean, another example of that. Um, I'm obviously on board for Stefanski to be fired. You know what I'm saying? I do believe he's going to end up with another job. This year, it's not Ben Johnsons and Aaron Glenn's out there that like the whole league is, you know what I mean, clamoring for. You know what I mean? It's not as, you know what I mean, as heavy a market. So I definitely think he probably go. It's more than likely that he's gonna end up with another job. But it wouldn't surprise me if he did find some success because he did have some success in Cleveland. Obviously he didn't get to where he wanted to be. He didn't get, you know what I mean, the team to where he wanted the team to be. He's supposed to be, you know, offensive guy. They couldn't support that because they didn't have a top notch defense the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? They just ain't had no offensive support. So, but like I say, I don't know. Cleveland is that might the Cleveland head coaching job might be the worst coaching job in like the four major sports in America.
And I'm actually glad you said that, because I want to ask you and the rest of the fellas, do you feel that somebody like Deion Sanders can take over the Cleveland Browns job as head coach and turn this organization around from the top down? What is your thoughts? Do you think he can actually do that?
Can I go first on that one?
Absolutely. Go for it.
No, I don't. And it's not because of Dion. It's because of the franchise. Um, like I said earlier in my soliloquy about Kevin Stefanski, I said he played an integral part.
Mm-hmm.
Key word is part,
Right.
which means he only had a slice of the pie, not a whole percentage. They didn't do him too many favors while he was there either. You know what I'm saying? And just like that, I don't think that they would do Dion any favors as well. I think Dion could coach. I think Dion could turn around a bad situation if it's a bad situation that wants to be turned around. They always say you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. You know what I'm saying? That that's what I think the Cleveland Browns are. They're going to expect Dion to lead them to the water, help them put their head in it, open their mouth, put the water in their mouth, close it, lean their head back. It just don't work like that. At some part, you gotta help yourself do something. And if they're not going to go out there and get the requisite talent for him to be able to utilize and develop and put on the field, then it's just going to be stagnant. All it would be, it would bring excitement, just like he did to Jackson State, just like he did to Colorado. It would bring excitement. You might be able to get some people to show up on the sidelines, 2 Chainz or whoever. I don't think it'll be much winning going on because they've proven that they're not going to go get the requisite talent.
Okay. Now,
And
with
and,
that being said,
hold on. I just want to piggyback off that real quick.
yeah, go for it.
Not only that, he would be more of a distraction, and it wouldn't be his fault because now he would come in with this expectation of, to R&B's point, of winning, and that's not going to happen. And then you got to talk about if Shador's going to QB and the narrative and the father-son coach quarterback combo. It's just going to create more chaos than winning games, in my opinion.
So let me ask both you guys before I let Will go. Let me ask both you guys. With that being said, right, for him being a distraction and for him being someone that's like he can bring the hype, but he can't bring the talent. Wouldn't you think that will help the talent come to Cleveland?
The talent can want to come, but the ownership has to want to sign that talent and pay that talent, and the ownership has to want to draft that talent. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. That's true. That's true. So, Coach Will, man, what's your thoughts, man? Because I'm sensing nobody wants Dion as coach.
I'll say this. I believe Dion might be better suited to be an NFL coach than being a D1 coach. I know, his success at Jackson State withstanding, you know what I mean? But I think he might be a better NFL coach. Having said that, I don't want Dion in Cleveland. I don't want that for him. Because again, I just said this quite possibly could be the absolute worst head coach, job, and all of the 120 some odd, you know what I mean? and no, man, I don't want that for Dion. I would rather. I don't want it to be the Cowboys either. You know what I'm saying? Because the Cowboys is the Cowboys. But no, I don't want I don't want that opportunity for him. I would hope he would get an opportunity elsewhere if that's what he wanted to do.
Okay, all right, that's fair. All right, so with that being said, man, we're gonna move along. There was a lot of exciting games that happened, a lot of playoff implications. One of them being a very favorite team, his favorite team of the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Ravens. Of course, there was a field goal that was missed and a playoff berth that happened and a lot of criticism all across the board. We're going to start off with Mike. Mike, what was your thoughts on a Pittsburgh Steelers and Ravens game?
Well, I say it in the chat all the time. They can't just ever fucking win normal. Can't just, gotta put my heart in my asshole. Like, hey, listen, we're gonna call it what it is. Like, that's what it is. It was interesting, but frustrating to watch. At the end of the first half, from the first play, Derrick Henry ran for like 47 yards. I'm like, oh, this is about to be a long night. And then somehow, the Ravens scored twice, and then they scored a field goal, and it was kind of just like a chess match, right? And then at the end of the first half, when we got no points, that play call was awful. Awful. Arthur Smith should just kill himself for making that decision.
You can't.
Terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. Too late. It's already said. He should. Fine. He can jump off a bridge and live. Okay. That's a little better. But yeah, it was awful.
We do not condone this message.
It was awful.
Exactly. Thank you.
Took you a while to say it. But then when you look at then as the second half came and they started playing better, and I'm like, all right. And then, was there anyone who wanted to, guard Zay Flowers? Anyone at all? You let Lamar throw over the whole defense one time, and then the second time, NBC they like cubed it, and there was no one there. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? And then they come down, Justin Tucker, or I mean, not Justin Tucker. He is coming up. I was thinking about that missed point. Boswell misses that point, and I'm like, oh hell. And then here the Ravens come, and then they definitely missed Justin Tucker in that last moment because that field goal was bad. I would say that as my thoughts entirely. They played a good game. I give them that. They played a good game. But I just don't but I also think the Ravens lost this game a little bit too.
Okay.
Lamar did everything he could. He really did. Like I don't think he could have done any more to win the game. The Steelers were able to figure out how to not let Henry go crazy. But that kicker, man, that kicker. Great outcome for me as a fan. All my friends who are Ravens fans were hitting me up today. Like, yo, y'all lost. It's okay. It's okay. But overall, I will say this entertainment factor, 10 out of 10. I mean, it was very entertaining, that's for sure.
That it was. And a lot of people were glued to the TV with that.
And that's what the NFL wants. What they got last night. That's what they want.
Yeah, definitely didn't have any people missing out on the drama. A lot of people watched it for the drama, and it came down to the very last second. So, R&B, what's your take on this Steelers and Ravens game? What do you think went right? What do you think went wrong in this situation with the Steelers coming away with that win?
It's a lot to unpack with that game last night, man, being honest with you. Let's see, where do I start? I guess I'll start with the Ravens. I don't understand how Derrick Henry was running the ball the way he was running the ball last night, and you only give him 20 attempts rushing. When the week previous, you gave this man the ball, I think it was like 32 or 37 times, somewhere around there. And he almost produced 200 yards for you. And he ran for 3 touchdowns. And yet, here it is a week later. It's all on the line. The AFC North title, the division title, Sunday Night Football. Fuck it, I got to do my rock impersonation. Sunday Night Football. It's all on the line. You give him the ball 20 times. After he's already been producing in the first half for you. Like Mike said, that first big run in the first quarter.
First play of the game.
I don't understand it. I don't like it, but I have to say that I think that Harbaugh may survive. I think that they're going to take a hard, long look at this defensive coordinator. I think they're going to take a hard, long look at the offensive coordinator, and they may go ahead and let Harbaugh live another year possibly. Because I just don't understand what they were doing. So I don't understand. Like, it's a part of me. It's a part of me that wanted to, try to play devil's advocate and really come on here and say tonight that Lamar could have did more.
Mm-hmm.
But I just got to be honest, man. It's really nothing more Lamar could have done. He already was playing hurt. He gave you he gave you everything he had. He threw for touchdowns. Uh, Played a clean game overall, which I'm not used to seeing him do in a big game. Normally in big games, Lamar has turnovers and big turnovers that end up coming back to bite him. But it's just something about this team that when it's big moments and it's all on the line they need it the most, they seem to not show up. I don't like in the big moments like that kick last night. That's bad, man. And y'all all know that, what I'm saying, I'm an Aaron Rodgers guy. That's my guy. I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan, right? But to let a 42-year-old quarterback, I don't care if they were at home, to let a 42-year-old quarterback do to your defense what he did to that defense last night, it's unacceptable. Do you know? I'm gonna give y'all a stat. Do y'all know that not a single receiver outside of the running backs who aren't receivers for the Pittsburgh Steelers last night, none of them had a total of 10 catches on the year?
Wow.
None of them had a total of 10 catches on the year.
It's crazy.
And y'all let this man take old ass Adam Thielen, what we were calling, Mike probably would agree with me here, a bust, and young Calvin Austin, and who was just coming back off a hamstring injury, might I add, and motherfucking Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who's older now, long in the tooth, hadn't even been with the team. Neither had Adam Thielen. They double team Pat Fryer, moved the whole game, and these are the cats that y'all allow him to make big plays to shred y'all defense and beat y'all, and throw the running backs the whole game. It's ridiculous, man. I'm sorry. I picked Pittsburgh to win this division, and I'm gonna end it. I picked Pittsburgh to win this division this year, and Raj and Mike both know that the reason I said that I picked Pittsburgh to win this division was because I said I don't trust Lamar Jackson in the big game, and then when it came down to it, I trust Aaron Rodgers more than him. Well, yesterday it came down to it, and I trusted Aaron Rodgers more than him, and they did win, and they did win the division. But I can't say that it was Lamar's fault this time. He did everything he could.
And did you see Lamar after the game when they were talking to him during press?
Yeah.
Did you like?
Yeah,
so they asked him if Harbaugh should coach, and he's like, "Yo, you're asking me about next season already?" He's like, "I'm trying to process what happened out there." Like, so you could tell he was upset. And like for those people who say, and for those people who say, "Oh, Lamar didn't want to be there," and all that stuff, I think he proved last night he wants to play there, and he was upset with the way. I don't think he was upset that they lost, but definitely, yes, but definitely upset more so at the way they lost.
It was the way they lost. It's a chip shot. Come on, let's be honest, fellas. When Isaiah Likely caught that pass, y'all all sat there and was said that's game.
Yeah.
Y'all all sat there and said that's game. I know I did. I just was telling Will. I was like, that's game. I started throwing my stuff away, getting ready to turn the TV off. I say, I guess I'll go ahead and watch them kick it. A chip shot, not from 50.
You're right. Then it'd be like, all right, I can see, 50, 60 yards. All right.
Yeah.
32.
Yeah, that something's not right about that. But Coach Will, what is your thoughts on the Pittsburgh Steelers and Ravens game?
I think that Derrick Henry only getting 20 touches had more to do with those turnovers in the third quarter. They turned the ball over twice in 3 plays or something, 3 offensive plays or something like that.
Yeah,
An interception and a fumble, right?
yeah,
Um, so so I also disagree with Ryan that it was a clean game for Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Because he was part of the reason that they found themselves in a situation that they found themselves in. I can't give them all the blame for the interception because it was a tip, right? Got hit up in the air. You know what I'm saying? But he had some some responsibility in that too. But also
I, I got a question. I got a question you on that. Then a challenge question you on that. Where point to where you feel like he was culpable. I just want to know because that you only can do what your offensive will let you do, and they only allowed him to throw that bitch 18 times. He went
I was
11 for 18.
I was getting to it. I was getting to it. But again, when you turning the ball over, that limits your possessions and your snaps. You know what I'm saying? And your offensive opportunities. So again, when you turn the ball over, like part of that is on you. Um, I feel like, and also too, outside of like the big plays in the fourth quarter, like it's not exactly like when they had the rock, they was moving the rock like that anyway. They came out when they got that stop. You know what I mean? Right before halftime, they were supposed to come into the third quarter, come into the second half with all the momentum. Agree with you that Derrick Henry should have been toting the rock, but if Derrick Henry on the sideline because y'all keep turning the ball over, kind of hard for him to do what he needed to do. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, I feel like both defenses was trying to give the game away because it was like some horrendous, atrocious mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Out there on that field for two teams that was fighting for their playoff lives. You know what I mean? So
mm-hmm.
I think it's a Brian know me, you know what I mean? The more that y'all get to know me, y'all hear me say this. I Mr. More Than One Thing can be true at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar did, you know what I mean, help get them behind the 8 ball, but he was also the reason that they should have won that game last night. You know what I'm saying? So he did everything he could to make that happen. I don't remember if it was the first or the second touchdown today, but you know what I mean. When he almost got sacked, you know what I mean, scrambled around, you know, like that's you know, that's Eli S. You know what I mean? Obviously, stake not quite as big, but again, you know what I mean. This is the only way either one of y'all get into the play. Either y'all, win or go home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not taking anything away from Lamar. If it wasn't for him, you know what I mean, doing Lamar shit, you know what I mean? They never would have had that opportunity to win that game anyway. And it's not his fault that the motherfucker went out there and, like you said, missed the chip shot. He did everything he could. You know what I'm saying? So again, I ain't taking nothing away from him. I'm just saying he had a little dirt on his hands last night too.
Yeah.
I disagree, but I mean, we agree to disagree. Because I felt like I said, the TJ Watt interception was really the only glaring thing that I really seen, which was a pop up. I mean, at the end of the day, an interception is an interception, but we all know every interception ain't created equal. But outside of that, I felt like Lamar, he played. Let's not forget he playing hurt. He playing with a horrible offensive line last night with TJ Watt coming back. And I felt like the Steelers front seven they wrecked that shit. They came to play and they wrecked that shit. They wrecked a bad offensive line. So at that point, it's like, what do you want me to do?
They scored 24 points last night, right?
Yeah.
The Ravens, yeah.
24, 26.
Right. So they had 10 points in the first half. Outside of those two long touchdown passes, the offense was either turning the ball over or stagnant in the second half, and he, like, you know what I'm saying?
They only had one turnover. If you want to say they were stagnant, I can give you that one, but they only had one turnover.
He didn't fumble last night.
No.
He didn't have a fumble.
No, there was no fumble.
No fumble. Okay.
And this is another thing about it too. Like in a game like that, when it's a defensive, non-defensive game, which means we seen the first half compared to the second half. What we all had, well, I can't say what we all, but what a lot have said about Lamar in the past is that those plays to Zay Flowers were the plays that he was not making in the big games. Last night was a big game where it was a defensive battle, and those plays in those type of games aren't. You got to hit it when it's there because it's not going to always be there. And when it was there, he hit them both times. Whether it was a collapse on defense on the second one and just a bad coverage play on the first one, he hit them motherfuckers. So I mean, like I say, you just said it though. More than one thing can be true. So, but. I just I felt like he played a pretty good clean game for what the game was.
Right.
It wasn't one of them games where they was going, where he was going, drop back and throw that bitch 40 something times like Aaron Rodgers did because his offensive line wasn't playing as good as Pittsburgh's offensive line. They kept Aaron
look,
Rodgers
nobody
yesterday.
other than Zay, nobody did him a lot of favors last night. you know.
That's true.
And where was Isaiah Likely the whole game? Like they only went to him that one time. where the fuck was he at? Where was Mark Andrews at? Like,
it's probably afraid he was gonna drop the ball again.
Yeah, right. They said you can't catch nothing, so we ain't gonna throw to you.
Hey, even B Hop on the one play where he was scrambling and he trying to get him to go upfield, and B Hop just standing there, like, you know what I mean, like for real, like Cranford is stationary.
Like, go,
like damn, man, you been doing this too long and now know what a scramble drill is, bro. Come on, man.
That's a fact. Well, with that being said, guys, it's definitely going to be a very interesting playoff this upcoming week. First matchup we got, we're going to talk about the AFC. We're going to cover the AFC, then we're going to go to NFC. The first matchup is the Jaguars versus the Bills. We're going to start off with Mike on this one. Mike, who do you think takes this game, Jaguars or Bills? And they're playing at, I believe, in Jacksonville.
They're in Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
So I think this game says a lot about both of these teams. Jacksonville's been unstoppable all season. But this game tells us a lot about Josh Allen. You got no one in your way. So as they say, right? You don't have to worry about going to Arrowhead. Burrow's not there, and whomever else. But even though Buffalo should win this game, I think Jacksonville is gonna win this game. I just like the way they look as a unit. The Bills kind of struggled this past week. Well, not this past week. I'm sorry. They played the Jets. They just there's something missing. This is probably the worst team he's had going into the playoffs. And I just watched this Jacksonville team beat up on a Denver team in Denver. And if they can do that to the number one seed, I don't have much faith in Buffalo going into this game. So I'm going to take Jacksonville, but not in like a crazy amount. I think it'll be a competitive game. A lot of big plays, a lot of oohs, ahs. But, something safe. 27-20, 27-24.
Okay. R&B, what did you take? What do you think? Who do you think takes the game? Jaguars or Bills in the wild card matchup?
the Bills in this one. And reason why is, do I truly think the Bills are going to win? Maybe not. If I'm being honest, because you know what I'm saying, I definitely see the talent and what Jacksonville is doing. Good coaching this year. Trevor Lawrence finally playing at a high level again. But the reason I'm gonna pick Buffalo is because, and I wish he was on here, the Allen Ball juggler himself,
Oh, come on.
Solstice, Mr.
Pause.
Solstice. Pause. But I'm gonna stand firm. I'm gonna stand firm on what I say, man. Josh Allen has to live up to his greatness. It's time to stop giving these soft ass, like just disgustingly fucking soft era of like people just passes and shit, man. You got to live up to your greatness. That's what it's all about. It's called sport.
Okay.
We've seen Josh Allen do amazing things in the playoffs. We've seen him do amazing things in the season. We've also witnessed him in playoff games come up short where we were able to sit there and say, well, we can't say it was Josh Allen's fault. Not one time has he lost in the playoffs. We could look back and say it was Josh Allen's fault, and that he didn't do what he needed to do or do enough for his team to win the game. Not one. I would give any of y'all a chance to try to go find the stats to debate on that, because I don't think you could find them. So with that being said, the reason why Josh Allen has not been to the Super Bowl thus far, it's been Patrick Mahomes.
Mm.
It's been Lamar Jackson. It's been Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are there this year. None of them are there. So that means you're the quarterback this year in the AFC that has all of the playoff experience. Trevor Lawrence only been to the playoff one time.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Nix only been to the playoff one time. Who else? CJ Stroud, I think's only been to the playoffs twice, and lost in the first round, or once and lost in the first round. So
Yeah.
when it comes to like superstar experienced quarterback play, nobody in the AFC can hold a candle to Josh Allen and what he's done in his experience in the playoffs when it comes to quarterbacks. So that means this year he needs to get it done. And I'm sorry, I'm not giving him the excuses, because if it was Patrick, we wouldn't give him the excuses. We didn't give Lamar any excuses when it was on him and anybody else. Because when you deliver at a certain level, you set the bar, and now people expect you to deliver at that level. And because none of these other quarterbacks in the AFC are on your level, you now have to go out there and show that they're not, and get it done and get to the Super Bowl. And that's the standard that I'm holding them to. So I'm picking Buffalo, and I go down with that ship.
All right. Well, with all that being said, just like that kid in that movie in the '90s said to Omar Epps, you got the juice now. So Josh Allen, you got the juice now, buddy. I mean, he's got the second most experience in the AFC outside of Aaron Rodgers. I believe it's 7 years playoff experience, right? How many years?
Yeah.
Seven playoff
7 or 8.
experience. Yeah, 7 appearances. This would be his eighth. Um, yeah, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. So, Coach Will, what is your thoughts on this matchup with the Jags versus the Bills? Who takes it and why?
Um, Real quick, I think Josh Allen is damned if he do and damned if he don't. Because even if he do win the Super Bowl this year, they still gonna say, "Well, Mahomes was hurt and didn't make the playoffs," and but like you did, you know what I mean? Like no matter what happens, you know what I mean? It's gonna be people, you know what I mean? It's like a polarizing situation. It's gonna be people on one side saying this, on one side saying that. Um, I think for Josh Allen, kind of to the point you was making, Ryan, like every loss he done took in the playoffs, he balled out. It wasn't necessarily his fault. You know what I'm saying? If it's one of them games, because again, this is not his best team. You know what I mean? That he going into the playoffs with this year. If he ball out and just lose to a better team, I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? If he go out there and piss the bed, you know what I mean? Obviously, that's a whole different conversation. Um, I I believe in the Jaguars as a team a little bit more, but I got a lot of respect for Josh Allen. And again, we didn't see him, you know what I'm saying, go Superman in these games. It's a coin flip for me. I'm a lean towards Jacksonville because of the home field advantage. I think that's, you know what I mean, for a young team want to come up, you know what I mean, that's a big deal for them. Um, but this really is a coin flip for me. But I'm gonna go with Jacksonville.
Okay, and that's good. I mean, I on my pick, I got to roll with Buffalo. Buffalo got that experience. Buffalo got that dog in them. I mean, they fought the whole entire season. Yes, Patrick Mahomes out. Yes, Lamar Jackson's out, and so is Joe Burrow. But you know what? You gotta look at it like this. This is his time. This is his era. It's time for him to go and show out. He's won the MVP already. He's got to win a Super Bowl now. And also, with that being said, I also think Jaguars are a season ahead of schedule. I'm not saying that they're not a good team. They're a very good team. You know, they wouldn't be in the 3 spot if it wasn't for them playing the way they played at the last stretch of the season. But I also think with their new addition of Jacoby Myers, they still need one more season to actually be an actual threat. So I got to pick the Bills with that pick for that wild card game. Moving forward, let's see what else we got. What other team we got? Give me 1 second. I don't lost the damn bracket. Um, I apologize, fellas. Okay, the next team up is the Patriots versus the Chargers. Who do you think wins that game? Start with Mike.
You know, a lot of this game's gonna tell us a lot about New England. Um, the Chargers elected to rest their starters this week, um, which is fine if it wasn't gonna make much of a difference. But I think that New England needs to win this game. But the Chargers need to win it too. Who has more to prove? They both have a lot to prove. This is a toss-up for me. And against my better judgment, though, I'm gonna go with the Chargers in this game. Not so much against my better judgment, but I just don't know if I fully believe in New England's ability just yet. Just due to, and we know the playoffs are different, but just looking at what their biggest win, their hardest victory was Buffalo, and this is the maybe right. Was there any other team that you guys could think of
No, that's the only
that they
team I can think
played? I mean, their schedule was so nice and soft, So I just think that Harbaugh is going to have this defense ready to test this young man back behind center, Drake May. But I'm going to take the Chargers in a tight one. I don't see crazy points being scored personally. Something like 17-10, 17-14. I just see it more of a chess match. But I'm going to take the Chargers in this game.
All right. R&B, who do you got and why? Between the Chargers and Patriots.
Sitting here looking back over the Patriots schedule right now, and yeah, like man, I
Historically
mean,
easy schedule.
yeah, they
Their
they
only
did
quality
beat
quality
they
wins
did
were
beat the
Bill.
Ravens on the 21st. I don't think Lamar played that game.
No.
Um, so yeah, Mike right. I think the
Yeah.
only quality win that they would have this year is against Buffalo. And with that being said, I'm still gonna go with the Chargers because I feel like they do have more to prove. And the reason why I feel like the Chargers have more to prove is because I don't think anybody per se seen New England being this good this year, even with a weak schedule. I don't think anybody seen New England being this good. We seen Drake flashes from Drake May last year, and we felt like they were definitely going to take a step in the right direction with the hiring of Mike Vrabel and what I'm saying, bringing Josh back to be the offensive coordinator, so on and so forth. Moves like that, we definitely feel like they were probably headed in the right direction. But I don't think anybody sat here and said New England could be a top 2 seed in the AFC this year. And nobody foresaw that. With the Chargers, we've seen Justin Herbert go to the playoffs. We've seen him throw for 5,000, almost 5,000 yards and then go to the playoffs and get blew out. And so, you know what I'm saying? And it's been a recurring theme, either missing the playoffs or going to the playoffs and losing. And this is where Harbaugh was supposed to come in and change. This team is battle tested, and this team is more experienced than the New England Patriots. And they should be honestly the favorites football wise to win this game just off of the experience and talent that they have alone. But the problem is that these motherfuckers have not been playing up to their true talent. They have not been really being as dominant as they were at the beginning of the season. Remember at the beginning of the season how they were smacking people around and we were saying, "Up, there it go. There go that hardball effect." Like they playing physical, they you know what I'm saying, they running the ball, they beating people up at the line of scrimmage. Like that's a hardball coach team. And then somewhere along the lines, it just kind of took a dive. Even before the injuries, it took a dive. And then during the dive, people started getting hurt. But at the same time, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna give the excuses for them. I'll give reason, but reason is not always excuse. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna say that I'm picking the Chargers to win this game because I think they should win this game because they should be the experienced team and they should be the ones sitting here saying, you know what I'm saying, hey, we've been here. Y'all just got here. That should be their mindset. Uh, so I'm rolling with the Chargers on this one, man. I think New England is a good team, but like we all said, with that type of schedule, it's hard for us to truly 100% trust you. Even though I think Drake May probably will win the MVP, but I think the Chargers should win this game, and I'm rolling
Okay.
with them.
All right. Well, Coach Will, what is your thoughts? Who do you think wins this game, the Chargers or the Patriots, in this wild card matchup?
Um, I agree with Ryan that like the pressure is on for the Chargers. Um, all the injuries they have, man, especially on the line, just I don't trust it. Um, and I'm not going to hold it against New England. Honestly, again, super easy schedule this year. We all understand that, but I'm not going to hold it against them for winning games that they were supposed to win. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I'm gonna go with Drake May. I'm gonna go with New England. Um, and, part of it is that I didn't seen the Chargers choke a couple of times. You know what I mean? I've seen them get blown out. I've seen them have a big lead and you know what I mean, give up. What it was a 20,
To the
21 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm definitely taking New England in this game. Definitely taking New England.
Yeah, I got to roll with Coach Will on this, man. I mean, I do see what you guys are saying when it comes down to hardball and how great they played with him as coach. But unfortunately, let's keep it real. I don't know any wide receiver on that team outside of Lad McConkey, and he's not even that guy. So it's like it's kind of hard to see these guys actually air it out and find a way to outscore Drake May in Drake May's home. Like this is a home game in New England, so it's going to be kind of hard to go out there and give it a complete air attack. And plus, the run game, low key, kind of been suspect. I mean, I know they got Hampton. Uh, he's okay, but there's no real true threat back that can give you
Disrespectful, Raj.
who's on there.
You don't know who Keenan Allen is? Is he no
Nah,
longer there or something? Is
I
he
mean,
hurt?
Keenan Allen's also 40.
Man,
How old is Keenan Allen?
that's
Oh,
still
isn't it?
Keenan Allen.
That shit was disrespectful.
I'm saying, okay, all right. Let me taper it back a little bit. Keenan Allen.
Yeah, it's 33.
All right. Well, he looks 40. But look, the point is, the point is,
I just thought it was a little bit of
I'm sorry. I do take that
shade
back.
that you know what I'm saying overlook Keenan Allen being on the team over McClunky. McClunky might be the new kid on the block, but make no mistake about it, it's playoff time. Keenan Allen
That is
should be the one that they be looking to make plays.
that is true. That is true. But he's not really putting up the numbers during the regular season. I don't really see it as a true threat for New England. That's all I'm saying. Because New England, they got everything. They got the running back. They got the quarterback that can throw to any wide receiver. They got Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is on that team, and I'm not saying he's a good wide receiver like he was when he played out there in Buffalo or when he played with the Vikings, but he's still that guy. Like if you ask me to take a wide receiver in a playoff situation, I'm taking him. So I gotta choose the New England Patriots on this. I hate to say it. It even feels bad coming out of my mouth, but it is what it is. Moving along, let's take a look at the other matchups in the playoffs. So the next one we're going to talk about in the AFC is the Texans versus the Steelers. Mike, who do you got and why in this situation?
Pittsburgh Steelers haven't lost a Monday night home game since 1991.
Oh, buddy.
But the Pittsburgh Steelers also have not won a playoff game in 9 years. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, what's going to happen? Houston's defense is disgusting. Disgusting. Like what they're able to do is scary. Like very scary. For a team to start, they started, I think, like 0-2 or something like that, and to end up 12-5, and really just ride the wave all the way and almost still win their division. I mean, it's not like they weren't right there. It says a lot. However, this one's against my better judgment. Something is telling me that somehow, some way, after 9 years, I'm gonna say the Steelers get this one done somehow. I know I should pick the Texans, but I think to me it depends on what matters. I believe Tomlin knows, like, okay, the winning seasons is one thing, right? That's one thing, but you gotta at least win a game here to at least get this team headed, looking like it's heading in the right direction. Like I said, I know I should pick the Texans, but this week I'm not gonna pick against my team. I'm going to say the Steelers get it done.
Okay.
Mad as hell that the shit's on Monday night. Like, damn, we couldn't get the Sunday spot. Like,
Well,
Just
I,
had it.
I think that actually works in your favor a little bit. But R&B,
well,
what
yeah,
is
but
your?
we got a show to do. So like, like the first hour I'll be in tune. The second hour I'm gonna be
That's
distracted.
true. That's true. But we can watch. We can do a watch along. That's all. It's all good.
We,
We
we
can
should
still.
we should try to do a watch cast if we can
Yeah.
figure out a program.
Yeah. We definitely got to work on that. I would love to do that.
Yeah, yeah,
All
that'd
R&B.
be
right.
dope.
Who do you got? Who do you got winning this wild card game between the Patriots and the Texans? I mean the Texans and the Steelers. Excuse me.
Oh man, y'all know I love me some Aaron Rodgers, man.
Oh, here it goes.
I'm gonna tell you how I really feel. I'm picking the Texans to win this game. This is the reason why. Daniil Hunter and Aziz are probably about to run roughshod all over that Pittsburgh offensive line, which had been very suspect up into these last maybe 2, 3 weeks. They seem like they've been kind of rounding in the form a little bit. I don't know if it's really as much as them looking better or maybe Aaron getting rid of the ball even quicker because it's a lot of plays where he's letting that bitch go because he knows that he does not have ultimate protection there. I think that they're going to bust that line wide open and that they will be able to get to Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be a long day, just like Cleveland did last week. Cleveland last week, you know what I'm saying? He didn't make good decisions when they was able to bust that line open and get to him and shit, and they was trying to stop Miles Garrett from getting the record and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? They ended up coming away with what 6 points or 7 points, something like that. It was a
6.
long day. Now that was one of the games without DK, so I can't act like that doesn't have a lot to do with it. DK will be here for this game, but this is what scares me about the Texans against the Steelers and making my pick. I need CJ Stroud to do more. It cannot be one of these games where he comes out and has a good first half, throw for almost 200 or 200 yards, maybe a touchdown or two, and then come out in the second half and do absolutely nothing.
Hmm.
That is not going to get it done against this team riding on the high that they riding on right now. You got to remember, I think the Steelers are 3-1 in their last 4 games, I think. So
Yeah.
that's hot. That's hot football going into the playoffs. You can't play with that. That scares me. That CJ Stroud is going to need to do more, and he sometimes makes me question if he can do more. And outside of that, another thing that kind of scares me with my pick for the Texans against Pittsburgh is the fact that if the defense allows Pittsburgh to do any of the things in which the Colts backup quarterback was able to do to them yesterday, because let's not forget, the Texans were playing for something yesterday. Their starters played yesterday. They almost lost to the Colts, who are season is complete in toilet mode right now, going down the drain ever since Daniel Jones got hurt. They were like one of the top 3 teams in the AFC at that point when he went down. So, you know what I'm saying? But the Texans had something to play for yesterday, and they went out there and started their starters and gave up 34 points to Daniel Jones' Colts. You know what I'm saying? Almost lost the game to a Daniel Jones' Colts, a team in disarray. Phillip Rivers didn't even play. They started the third string. So we all know how this shit go. It's copycat league. It's you know what I'm saying, film watch. They're gonna go back and see the things that the Colts were able to do to exploit that defense, and they're gonna try to bring some of that shit into Monday night's matchup. You better bank on it. I guarantee it. And if we walk away seeing the Steelers win this game, I guarantee you're gonna hear somebody make mention of that. Them implementing things that they seen the Colts do in yesterday's game where, it went down. I think they ended up, what was the final score of that game? Anybody know? Was it like, I think it was like
It's like
38 to,
38-30.
yeah, 38-30. So you gave up 30 points to the
Yeah.
Colts without Daniel Jones in a game where you were playing for something. So that scares me. That scares me to be on that stretch. That the stretch of wins that they on right now, because I think they on what, like 9 straight, 10 straight,
Mhm.
and to go out at the end of the season like that, going into this game where you got to go to Pittsburgh, I think they'll be favorites to win. I'm picking them to win, but that scares me.
That's actually a good point, because I was watching the whole entire game and I forgot who the quarterback was on the Colts. Not trying to disrespect him, but what I'm saying is that was his first start, and for him to put up 30, help that team put up 30 on them at in Texas, in
Yeah,
Houston, excuse me, it's kind of like it's kind of concerning because we know this team, their defense have been absolutely elite. Like I
yeah.
would say probably the best defense in the league. Um, but unfortunately, they just I guess kind of took their foot off the gas for a little bit. So
But
uh,
Raj,
yeah,
real quick,
yeah,
even if you want to say they maybe, I don't think they took their foot off the gas. It's only so long a defense is going to be so good before somebody's able to put up points.
that's a good
You know what
point.
I'm saying? Before somebody's able to score on you. Shit, the 2000 Ravens got scored on at some point. You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
it's only so long. And that's what I mean with CJ Stroud. Yesterday, it was another one of them games where he was awesome, stagnant, and then finally they was able to turn it on just enough at the end. I think on that, it was really the defense that brought it home, if you want to know the truth. That
Right.
wasn't it, a return pick or a pick six or a fumble?
Yes.
Fumble.
Yeah.
I think it was a fumble recovery for that called game, but
Right.
return for a touchdown. So the defense had to bring it home, but it was another one of them moments where he went stagnant. You can't do that in the playoffs. If you go stagnant in the playoffs, you better be Trent Dilfer with a damn good defense.
True. That's very true. Coach Will, what is your take? Who do you got winning, Texans or the Steelers in this matchup?
I think that Texans defense gonna travel. Uh, it's been impressive. As much as I can't stand him, it's been impressive to see Aaron Rodgers still, moving around at 42 years old. But I don't think he's gonna have it like that against Houston, man. Them young boys are coming. Knock that man head off. I definitely got Houston. Pittsburgh ain't supposed to be here right now. You know what I'm saying? They might. I don't. They. I, they gotta bring a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? Because that was. I'm just curious to see how like how much that win and the way that it happened and everything. If it, you know what I mean, if they're gonna be able to kind of, you know what I mean, not stay on that high, but hopefully they didn't get too high. You know what I mean? Because shit, that was damn near like winning a playoff game. Basically, it was winning a playoff game. Like, you know what I mean? So they gotta. I don't know.
Definitely a
I'm
playoff
definitely
energy.
sticking with. I'm definitely sticking with Houston, man. Pittsburgh snuck in the back door. They ain't even supposed to be here.
Pause.
It's funny you said that because I was actually going to say, honestly, I think Pittsburgh's luck runs out in Texas. In Houston, Texas, because you
Right.
got to remember Aaron Rodgers 42 years old, man. I'm not trying to diss him, but I think he's done so much for the game. And honestly, I just don't want him to get hurt. You know, I'm not wishing that upon him, but I mean, when I see somebody like him out there, I always try to think this dude is 42 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not easy, man. But I know he's going to definitely show out. And by the way, sidebar guys, DK Metcalf comes back, so it just goes to show you this. It can go either way, but I'm choosing the Texans. All right, so now we move over to the NFC. A lot of those who watch a lot of the games know that I'm not a fan of the NFC at all. Matter of fact, I don't know why they even have this playoff even happen in the
It's
NFC.
respectful.
It's terrible. I mean, you got it, and I'm no disrespect to the
Man,
Carolina Panthers.
no, your Jets still couldn't make the playoffs in our NFC. No,
Well, let me
something
say
it's
this.
terrible.
It is terrible. NFC is embarrassing. You got
They couldn't even get an interception this season.
Right.
Hey.
Like, how dare you?
You know what?
You
It's
a
all
Jets
good.
fan. I want to talk about the NFC.
It's all good because you know what? Next season we're gonna see who's laughing. Okay, because we're gonna get our quarterback. We're
Us?
gonna get our quarterback, but we're not gonna go down that road. First matchup we're gonna
No,
talk
no,
about.
you said it. You said it. Just give me an answer. Who that quarterback gonna be? That's all I want to know.
Dante
That's all I want to know.
Dante
gonna
Moore,
be,
damn
Okay.
it.
It's gonna be Ben Simmons.
No, it better not be Ben Simmons. Hell no. The Ben Simmons of football is
Jets
actually
signed Ben Simmons to multi-year contract.
Even
Back
though
and ready to play quarterback.
I'm seeing the Jets are talking in talks of trading for Kyler Murray.
no, absolutely not. You know what? We're not going to go into that. We're going to keep the show moving. We
Yeah,
got
because
the
I'm
Rams.
hearing Arizona like Mendoza.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I hope Dante Moore goes for 2. I hope Mendoza
Tyler
goes
Jett.
to Las Vegas.
Kyler Jett.
I
I
need
hear the
him to.
nickname already.
No, I need Mendoza to go to Las Vegas. Stop playing, man. I don't want to see Kyler Murray in a Jets uniform. Ah, man. About to lose my mind. Anyway, we got
Especially
the
with the
loss.
injury bug y'all got with quarterbacks.
That's what I'm saying.
And he already stay hurt. So
He's
yeah,
already
you right.
hurt. You know, he looks like a toddler out there. It's crazy. We got the Rams
Y'all gonna
versus
trade for
the
Deshaun
Panthers.
Watson.
Hell no. I don't want Deshaun Moore either.
All right, I'm done. I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave.
No Deshaun, no old quarterbacks. We need a brand new, fresh start. So we got the Rams versus the Panthers. Who do you guys got? Start off with Mike once again. Mike, who do you have winning?
See, Coach Will said the Steelers ain't supposed to be there. Bro, the Panthers definitely ain't supposed to be there, and we ain't supposed to be there. At least we won and got in. Them niggas lost and got in. Like
Technicality.
you know, so I mean, listen, the Panthers, you know, Rod, you were the one that picked them to do what they did this season.
Yes.
But it's over. It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
You had a good run. So it's over. Like there's not. I don't even need to say it. Like it's over. Like I don't care that you're home. You're not winning this game. Like you know, Puka Nakua is just
Matata.
insane. You know, like and Stafford's just doing what he does. Like yeah, the past few weeks have been a little rough. Throwing some picks, losing some games you shouldn't have lost. You know, potentially not being MVP, even though I still think he should win it personally. But yeah, this is just gonna be. I don't think it'll be. I think they'll compete, but I think there will be a good difference. I could see the Rams, you know, throwing up 40, you know, like 41-26, something like that. A valiant effort, but this gives the Panthers something to build off of if they are to lose this game. But I've been riding the Rams, you know, all coattails for the NFC all season. So I'm going to stick with them, the Rams.
Okay. All right. Well, R&B, who do you got? I know it's kind of lopsided matchup, but do you agree with the same take?
No, I'm about to surprise y'all here. I'm going out on a limb.
Okay.
I'm going out on a limb. I think the Panthers can pull this one off.
Okay.
I really do.
And
I really
why?
do.
Because I gotta hear this.
Their defense. They're at home. What's the strength of their team? It's not Bryce Young has played good this year. He hasn't done anything to fuck them over. He's managed the games well, but we all know the strength of their team is the defense. And the running game would be second, I would say. Being at home, I definitely think the Rams can get the ball ran on them with Rico Dowdle. I believe Rico Dowdle can have a decent game against the Rams. Because their defense has tailored off here. It was never as good as we all thought it would be coming into the season. Got solid, but then they kind of tailored off here at the end of the year. That's not a good thing. Again, when you're going into the playoffs, you want to be going in hot, kicking on all cylinders, not just one. You want to be kicking on all cylinders. We all know what happened to cars that only one cylinder is going. You ain't going nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that if the Panthers can be in at home, if they can make this a physical, sloppy matchup, I think it's a game that they could fuck around and shock the world and knock the Rams out early. My heart
Yeah.
say the Rams, but my football mind say that I feel like because again, the strength of the Panthers team is the defense and the secondary. They have a secondary that gets after it like no other, and they cause havoc. They get turnovers. Stafford has been turnover prone the past couple weeks, and the biggest blow to the Rams that I don't think anybody has paid enough attention to when Devontae Adams went down. That was a blow.
It was.
That was a blow. Puka balled out yesterday. Make no mistake about it. What did he do the week before? What did he do the week before? My point. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much got shut down. And that can happen in a playoff scenario where we can now double you because we don't have to worry about this other guy on the other side that can beat double teams as well or get open and get separation at a high rate as well. So if you turn it into that type of game, being at home, running game defense with a pick happy secondary and good defense, it could be a long day for Stafford. That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna just
I
go
just
out on a limb. I'm not.
I just don't see a
Go ahead.
world where the Panthers beat the Rams twice in one season.
Hey, you just said a key word though. Twice in one season, meaning what? They've already did it once.
That's actually a good point.
Will Stafford throw 2 picks again? That
Maybe.
remains to be seen.
He
That
threw
remains to be seen.
three the other day, and then what he throw? Did he throw? I think he threw 1 or 2 yesterday, but but he threw like 3 touchdowns though. Puka went off yesterday.
All right, Coach Will, who do you got? Panthers or the Rams? And why?
Panthers definitely moonwalked into the playoffs. I think, you know what I mean? I don't even know if they imagine, you know what I mean, being division champions, you know what I mean, this season. Think their little fairy tale ride come to an end. Is Devontae playing?
I don't think so.
No.
I haven't seen any reports saying that he been cleared yet, and
Mm-hmm.
that make it hard for the Rams for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think even without, I think even without him, I think the Rams, you know what I mean, gonna handle business, get it done. I don't think Pittsburgh going. I'm not Pittsburgh. I'm sorry. I don't think Carolina is gonna roll over at all. You know what I mean? Rams gonna go out there and take care of business because you definitely don't want to give a young team, you know what I mean, no confidence. Um, I think at the end of the day, you know, Stafford and Puka is crazy, bro. Like Puka is retarded out here. So Puka gonna ball out, Stafford gonna, you know what I mean, clean it up. Um, Sean McVay with, you know what I mean, some film study from, you know what I mean, the L that they took earlier in the season. I think he gonna, you know what I mean, clean it up, come with a game plan. Um, and I think the Rams gonna handle business and move on.
Okay. All right. I definitely got to. Well, I'll say this. I know that the Rams are playing horrible, but I also know that the Panthers really don't have all the offensive weapons that the Rams got, even on their off day. I'm not saying that they're not a good team. They're a really good team. I picked them to win a division. But I just believe that the Rams are in a better situation. And I think that they're in another stratosphere when it comes down to the offense. I still got faith in Matt Stafford. I think that these past few games he's kind of like got all the bad juju off of him. You know, I think he's got it out of the way. He's been playing like crap though. I mean, he's been turning it over more than I've seen him ever in his career with the Rams. You know, so I think this is going to be a testament. I think they get out the first round, they win that. All right, so let's take a look, see what else we got. The next matchup is the 49ers. Yep.
Hey, real quick, Roger, real quick. I just want a preference. I'm not flat out just sitting here saying like, oh yeah, the Panthers gonna win. I want a preference that I'm saying I'm going out on the limb with that pick.
Oh, of course. No, I get it. That's a very contrarian pick, but I can see it happening. Like I won't be surprised. There's going to be an upset. I don't know which team on the NFC going to pull it. It might be the Panthers, but I feel an upset's coming. With that being said, the 49ers versus the Eagles. I'm just going to tell you my take real quick. I'm not picking the Eagles for nothing. Okay? This Eagles team is ass. So, Mike, who do you got in this 49ers versus the Eagles game?
Bro, there are people saying this could be the best game in a week. I think this is going to be a snooze fest. Like, I think I'm going to be going to bed to this game. Like, bro, like, I hate the way both of these teams play football. Like, and I'm like, yo, I'm always on my TV. Like, yo, I do not
you
like
they're
Brock
always
Purdy.
on your TV.
Both of them, always on my TV. Like, oh my God. It's just like, yo, it's just like the NFL decided we're going to pick 3 Dallases, like 2 on top of the one we got, and torture the fans. And honestly, Raj, I didn't even think about how the Eagles play until you started critiquing. Then I started watching, like, yo, these niggas is boring. He's right. Like, yo, they do nothing dynamic. They do nothing fun, nothing entertaining. Like, I'd rather watch paint dry almost. And then you have the Niners. They're like, yo, it's the same thing. Kyle Shanahan with his mullet and his hat on, just McCaffrey running, Brock Purdy, chucking down. It's just like, it's boring. It's horrible. I almost don't want to pick because I don't care. But being that I have to pick, I guess I'll go with Philly. Do I want that? No, because their fans have become annoying. You know what? Just because their fans are annoying, I'm picking the 49ers. Yes, just because their fans are annoying. I think Philly's going to win, but I am picking the 49ers because their fans are annoying. Like, get they ass out quick. Like this year, what Dallas fans are is what Philly fans are or were. Like, yes, but no. But in reality, I'm going to say I think Philly wins this game. I think Philly does win this game. Okay. I think Saquon's going to find a way to run. I just think this is going to be one of those games where they're going to be prepared for McCaffrey a little bit. But I do think Purdy's going to have to make plays. And I think he had like a finger injury or a hand injury or something like that. I don't know the severity of that, but if it's, more than, I think they were saying it was a stinger. But if it's more than that and he's not at 100%, it could be a long day for them. But I'm going to take Philly. Um, and another close one. Once again, I don't see a lot of offense in this game. Maybe I don't even know. Maybe like I had to guess like a 24-21, a strategic chess match, nothing crazy.
That sounds like a pretty high scoring game.
You think so?
Yeah, for the playoffs. With low scoring in the playoffs would more so be something like a 17-13, maybe 20-17.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking.
I mean,
like
24-21 to me doesn't seem like a lot of points. That's just me. But man, maybe both defenses show
42.
up.
What was that 42.5 with Vegas?
Yeah.
So all right. So from that perspective, I got you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know it's going to be a boring ass game. We know that for a fact. So, R&B, who do you got winning this 49ers and Eagles game?
I think I'm gonna roll with the Eagles on this one. I kind of like Mike. I kind of really don't care that much. I don't have a problem with the 49ers. I don't really care for the Eagles, but I still really don't care that much. I just I roll with the Eagles because I feel like you know what I'm saying. I feel like they're the defending Super Bowl champions. They're battle tested, and they should be able to pull this one off, especially with all of the injuries that the 49ers have. I don't think the 49ers truly have a legit number one receiver. George Kittle is constantly up and down in his play. Um, Christian McCaffrey has had a damn good season, but he's even kind of kiltered off toward the end of the season. So it'll be interesting to see if he picks that back up. But I think Philly should be able to pull this game off. Being the tested team, the Super Bowl champions. At some point, they got to turn it on, and this got to be this got to be that moment whether they show us that they can truly turn it on, or we be able to say, yeah, something ain't right, man. So I'm rolling with Philly. But I do got one question though. Why y'all feel like the 49ers are not entertaining to watch? I think the 49ers are pretty entertaining when they on primetime TV.
I
Brock
like
Purdy just threw 5 touchdowns the week before last.
I've never liked Brock Purdy. I've
I'm
never
not
believed in Brock
don't get me
Purdy.
wrong, Mike. You know me and you on the same page when it comes to Brock Purdy, but it's more the Kyle Shanahan aspect. Like he normally
I don't like him. I don't like him
whoever.
either. It's
I like Kyle
my
Shanahan,
God.
man. I like Kyle Shanahan.
I just can't get behind the 49ers. They're just not entertaining to me. And then, like I like certain players. Like I like McCaffrey, I like Kittle, but it's just, they're just not entertaining to me. Like
they were more entertaining when they were healthy, though. I would say that.
And I think that could be it too, because they haven't been healthy like in a long time. Like someone's always hurt.
Brandon Ayuk didn't sniff the field this year. I thought he would be back at some point.
No, he don't want.
Usually it's McCaffrey, but McCaffrey only like to get hurt when I pick him in fantasy. I don't pick him. He want to go and break records. I pick him second weekend. Yeah, good night. Good night.
He goes
back here.
He goes on his historical runs.
So you should already know not to pick him going in the next year because he just did what he do 1,900
numbers,
or did he do 1,000? I know he was near 1,000, but I don't know if he hit that 1,000 because he kind of had a rough couple weeks.
Yeah, but he
Yeah, nah.
played very healthy this season. He had a very good season this year. He played most of the game. Um, so Coach Will, who's your pick for the 49ers and Eagles game?
I'm going with the 49ers more so just because I don't trust Philadelphia at this point. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what Philadelphia team is going to show up. You know what I'm saying? And just sometimes adversity can bring a team together. It just seems like this team is kind of fracturing. You know what I mean? And if they ain't together, you know what I mean? If they locker room not right, then I have a hard time. You know what I'm saying? Trusting them. Um, and the highest pressure games. So I, I'm still kind of on the fence about Brock Purdy. Um, my issue with him is more so like health. He always get hurt at the wrong time. Uh, but I don't I don't I think he in that like I be saying about Jared Goff. Can you win with him? Yeah. Will you win with him? We'll see. You know what I'm
Listen, never,
saying?
That's actually a
never
perfect
trust.
analogy because he's just like Jared.
Yeah, I think
Listen,
they, you know what I mean. I think they're in the same room. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
I think
yeah,
we're on the same. Let me correct. Let me. They're on the same tier. Let me use that word.
yeah, yeah. What
I'm
was
gonna
you
say it
saying,
like
Mike?
this: never trust a quarterback that can't grow facial hair.
Or a
That's a
man,
fact.
for that matter.
Yeah, man. And another thing, never trust a quarterback last name Purdy. You awfully Purdy. All right.
That's
You know what I'm
wild.
saying? This is it's crazy. I don't trust that man, but I trust him to win against the Philadelphia Eagles because I'm not a huge fan of that whole entire team. I think that they pretty much pigeonhole both of their elite talent. Like AJ Brown's over there
That's
suffering,
good.
man. He's not
Yeah,
getting anything. And then you got Saquon Barkley. He went on a historical run last season, but now all of a sudden this man is doing was it State Farm commercials. Like we got to stop this. We gotta find a way to get these guys in the end zone. Like every time I pick them or I put money on them, I swear they do the opposite of what I want them to do. If I
But you
don't,
you
if I
got to think about the wear and tear that they put on their bodies when they had them historical seasons. You might have a good off season, you thought, but then once you get back out there, you still feeling some of that shit from the previous year. Saquon Barkley just broke a rushing record last year.
right,
All of
and
those carries and stuff, like
I'll give him a pass. But what is Jalen Hurts' excuse for throwing 55 yards or 53 yards in like with the game before last when he went up against? Let me see. Let me pull up the stats because you know what? AJ Brown on the bench reading books. That's how boring their game is.
look, let me say this. Let me say this. Um, in my opinion, Jalen Hurts is in that Jared Goff and Brock Purdy conversation as a quarterback, just in a different way.
Yes.
Like, can you win with him? Yeah, will you? Eh?
Yeah.
But the difference for me between Hurts and Jared Goff is Hurts might give your offense a little higher ceiling because of the explosive plays you can generate, but his floor is going to be way lower. Like, as you know, whatever my opinion is of Jared Goff, he ain't gonna
Yeah.
have a whole lot of 55-yard passing games.
That's what
You
I'm
know what
saying.
I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we got to stop that. I mean, he had a hundred. I'm over exaggerating. He had 110 yards, but still, he might as well have 50 yards because he only had 110 for the first half. First half, he had 110. Second half, he said, "No, I'm gonna clock out. I'm going home for the day." You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you not get 1 yard in the second half? One. He had
say he
101.
was he was standing back there and caught the snap and was like, "Damn, we still playing."
He said, "Damn,
All
y'all still
right,
on
yeah,
the
we
field."
still playing.
That's what I'm saying. I can't. I'm. it's my personal preference. I cannot watch his game. I don't like his game. I never liked his game, even when he was in college. I wasn't a fan of Jalen Hurts because he just
And
seems like
it's plays like that why Cam said what he said last year when everybody was trying to give him so much flack.
exactly.
Jalen Hurts is I would call him a higher level game manager, but not a game changer.
And you know what? Coach Will said it perfect. Look, he's in that same category. I mean,
When
he's probably
think of,
better than them, but he's in that same category as the game manager. I'm sorry, what was you gonna say?
I was gonna say, think about this. We all know that Jalen Hurts can be a dynamic running threat, right? And that's what make his ceiling like what Will was talking about because of his running ability, right?
Yes.
Even with his running ability, people are so not afraid of him beating them through the air.
Right.
Even with this man doing what he done did in 2 Super Bowls and winning one of them, people
Yep.
are still so not afraid of what that he can do through the air that his running ability doesn't even open up anything for his air game.
Exactly. And that to me, it's not a game I want to watch. It's just not. I mean,
It's
I don't
strictly Saquon Barkley. If Saquon Barkley is not running like Emmett Smith or Barry Sanders in the 90s, this
yeah,
offense is not the same.
that's a good point. That is an excellent point. And that actually leads us into the next, which is the Green Bay Packers playing up against the Bears. The Bears. Who do you guys got winning, Mike? Mike, who's your pick for Green Bay versus the Bears? This is going to be a really good matchup.
Yeah, I mean, you know, all season I had been asking the question again and again because the Bears just kept looking better. Like usually you expect them to fall off, and it just didn't happen, right? Um, credit to Ben Johnson for getting that team together and really just making them, helping them become what they are this season. You know, I thought we would see more from Green Bay this season. It's been up and down for them, injuries, people in, people out. But at this point in time, yes, I do believe I agree. It's going to be a good matchup, but I'm going to take Chicago at home for this one. Um,
Okay.
sure, Green Bay's got a little more experience, but just the injuries and they might not be able to overcome everything in this situation. So I'm gonna say that you know Caleb's gonna go out there and do his thing, make his playoff debut, if you will, and I'm gonna take Chicago in this game.
Okay. R&B, who do you got with the Green Bay Packers and the Bears?
It's gonna pay me to do this. Oh man, I gotta go with the Bears, man. I just
Yeah,
don't
What?
think.
it pained him
Yeah,
too. I knew it was coming because it took
I
him so
feel the
long to
pain.
get it
I
out.
feel the pain. I gotta hear why. Why do you feel that's the case?
man. If anybody that know me know my why they call me R&B. When I make that pick, all I hear is 112 player going off in my head, and it's gonna hurt me to say this to you, but they just ain't players, man. They just ain't players right now. Jordan Love went down with the injury. Um, I feel like Matt LaFleur is on the hot seat and he knows it and he's coaching for his job. If you seen the way he was pacing back and forth on the sideline the other day, like just looking real nervous, I said to myself, that looked like a man that know that his job may be on the line right now. And the Micah Parsons injury just, shattered everything, I think. Then Jordan Love goes down right after him. Now Jordan Love is going to be playing this weekend, but I'm just not too confident in how the continuity is going to look with him, being out these last few weeks and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough ask to go down with a head injury as a quarterback and then be expected to miss that time and then be expected to come back and have 100% continuity and everything, with your receivers again, just like
Just
that
like
in
you,
a playoff
just come
game.
back and act like you never left.
Yeah. Now, if this was an injury that happened, let's say week 10, week 11, and they didn't play a couple games or a few games or so, and he back now, you know what I'm saying? Then that's a little different. But to miss these last, what I'm saying, like what, 3 weeks? He went down the game before that, but so to miss these last 3 weeks like that and then be expected to show up in Chicago and just, be, what I'm saying, in rhythm and everything. Not saying that it's impossible, but it's a hard task, especially when you talk about the playoffs. So and like I said, the injuries all over the place with the Packers. The defense is still decent, but and when I say decent in almost the slightest way because they giving up over 200 more yards per game, since Micah Parsons went down. So I think Chicago might be able to feast on that. Even with losing that game against the Lions yesterday in the last week of the season, I still think that Chicago is coming into the playoffs on a high note, and they should be able to handle the Packers. So I'm rolling with the Bears.
Well, that sounds very accurate what you're saying, especially because of the injuries, man. I mean, that head injury is no joke at all. And when I seen him take that hit, I was like, oh my god, I hope he's all right because you never want to see that. Coach Will, who do you got between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears?
Um, going with the Bears. Well, all the same reasons that, everybody already pointed out. Definitely concerned about, you know what I mean, Jordan Love coming off the concussion. Um, all the injuries, defense, you know what I mean, been struggling. Um, one of the things that Ryan been, mentioning, is like you kind of want to be playing good football. You want to be hot going into the playoffs. And Green Bay is just kind of, you know what I mean. They stumbling if you know what I mean if the Panthers moonwalked in, then Green Bay stumbling in. You know what I'm saying? So just not looking good for them right now. Would it surprise me if Jordan Love went out and balled out and you know what I mean gave them a real chance to win that game or pulled it off? No, I wouldn't be completely shocked. You know what I'm saying? But everything I've been seeing from them lately is just like I say, they kind of they headed in the wrong direction right now. It seems like.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna surprise you guys. I'm rolling with CTE Jordan. I think,
CTE Jordan.
We do not condone this message here.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you like this, and I'm not no. I'm joking actually, but in all reality, I believe in Jordan Love more than I believe in Caleb Williams, and the reason why is because Jordan Love got that playoff experience. Um, I'm a little concerned with the Bears because everybody knows that they overachieved this season, and I think the lights are gonna be too bright for the Bears, and yeah, I think they're a year ahead of schedule as well. So I'm rolling with them. I'm rolling with the
You,
Green Bay
you know,
Packers.
it'd be some fuck shit if it was the Bears in Jacksonville in the Super Bowl. After you said they was a year ahead of schedule,
Yeah,
Chicago
right.
and
Matter
Jacksonville.
of fact, yeah. Let me write that down because that might be
hey, I think
Loki.
if that happened, I think they would be the first two teams to go to the Super Bowl and both miss the playoffs the next year.
right? That's a fact. That's
Hey,
a
listen,
fact.
it could happen. We've seen
Anything could
crazy
happen.
things. It could happen.
That
You never know.
that is very, very, very true. We're gonna move along, kind of blitz through these topics real quick, but let's talk about Michael Strahan and his comments on T.J. Watt and also Myles Garrett breaking the record for sacks. R&B, since this was the topic you brought up, I want to get your take on
Yeah.
it. What is your thoughts on Michael Strahan's comments?
Hold on, before you say it, I don't know what he said.
He basically just made reference to the fact that when he broke the record, he did it in the 16-week season, and TJ Watt tied the record, and now Myles Garrett has broken the record with an extra week in a 17-week season. So
And
you know what I'm
and
saying?
200 less 200 less snaps, but that's not here nor there.
But me personally, I thought it was I said this earlier when I was talking to my bro Will. I'm gonna say that it's fair because I do understand why he may feel that way, but the reality is it's foul because I felt like why bring it up at this moment in time? Like, why can't we just celebrate him? You know what I'm saying for his accomplishment? Like, why rain on the parade? Now, if you bring it up somewhere in the interview later on down the line or whatever the case may be, hey, express how you feel, big fella. You know what I'm saying? You entitled to feel how you feel, but at that point in time, why rain on that man parade, man? Like as if we already don't know, you know what I'm saying? We know these things. So, I just kind of that's how I looked at it. But I kind of wanted to know how y'all felt about that.
I'll go first. I'll say this real quick. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all because I remember when T.J. Watt tied his record. He didn't have he didn't have that same type of energy, and I just realized that sometimes when you have those corporate guys that sit in those seats, and they sit there too long, to get a little bit comfortable. And Michael Strahan, I appreciate his work, what he did on and off the field when he was playing. But I also feel like low key that was a shot at Myles Garrett, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all, especially for a brother, because Myles Garrett fought for everything he got, and he's one of the best in the league. So for him to
On
even
a
bring that
sorry
up
ass team.
on a horrible team, absolutely
Ain't no OCU Manuras.
Yeah, you didn't have nothing.
and
You know what
Justin
I'm saying?
Tuck.
So I say all that to say, we got to be more as a people, especially as brothers. We got to be more careful how we speak in the public. Like if you say that privately, I have no problem with that. But the fact that you got on the air and said that, no, I'm not a fan of that at all. So that's my take.
I look at it like this. What year was it that the Miami Dolphins went undefeated?
Miami
That's
Dolphins.
72.
1972.
72.
I think it was 72.
And that was a 14-game season at the time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 1972.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
That's still regarded as one of the greatest things ever, right? One of the greatest teams ever.
Yeah.
Saquon broke the record last year, or got closer.
He ran for 2,000, right?
Yeah,
He
he
ran
got
for
real
2000.
he got real close. Had an extra game. And I think that for the old heads, they don't, and Michael Strahan ain't even that old, right? He was like real young when he retired, maybe even still in his 20s or early 30s. But when I look at it, when I look at his older players, feel like that there's leeway. They're not looking at it like the game is changing. The game's different. It changes every year. It's not his fault that there's an extra game.
I mean, whatever Raj did just brought an echo.
As soon as he walked away. Yeah. You, that's crazy. It's still there.
That was definitely crazy.
Wow.
We got an echo now.
Oh,
Some little
damn,
ass
you
shit. That's all.
Hold on a second. All right.
Did somebody try to call you, Raj?
No. I walked away. I put my headphones down. That's probably what it is.
Oh,
All right, 1 second.
yeah. Because I know sometimes when you doing it through your phone, if somebody try to call you, it'll fuck up the audio, and then you might get an echo, or you might not be able to hear, or they can't hear you.
That's why I hate doing it on the phone. Because then it messes everything up, and then it's hard to get it back the way it was sometimes. Like, it's like, why are you calling me now? But yeah, no. I was just saying how, it just don't make sense. And I don't think it's right for him at that moment in time to say it. Like, let him bask in the glory. Now, the one thing that I seen that the Bengals were upset about is that they stopped the game when he broke the record. They stopped the game, and they were Zach Taylor, Joe Burrow. They were not happy about them because I guess they didn't say anything to him or what have you about it. But the other point I wanted to make is let's look at the snaps. Thank you. Strahan got that record with over 600 snaps. TJ Watt got that record, tied it with over 500 snaps. Garrett did it with 437 snaps. So even though he had the extra game, he had 200 less plays in which he did it. With an extra game, he did it with 200 less plays. That should count for something.
Count for a lot.
To me, like
it accounts for a lot.
Like you can't sit up here and say, oh, well, he had an extra game, bro. He did it in 437 plays. Like, it's a lot of plays, but it's not a lot of plays, honestly. Like, you look at, like, Cleveland, like, and what they have. Like, they have defense. We know that, but their defense is on the field quite a bit. So for him to get that record with 200 less snaps is very, very impressive.
All right, is the echo still there?
Let's test them. Don't sound like it.
Nope, we're good.
Let's go.
So I was just saying how Raj, I was just saying how Strahan got that record in 600 something snaps. Watt did it in 500 something snaps. Garrett did it in 437 snaps. That's around 200 less plays than Strahan. So he had an extra game, but he did it in less snaps. So just sit up there on Good Morning America. Okay? Yeah. Sit up there on Good Morning America. Drink your coffee. Come and do your NFL thing on Fox. Enjoy your retirement. And I'm saying this with the utmost respect. Respectfully, Michael Strahan, shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Hey man, y'all live in New York. You better be careful. You wouldn't say that to his face. So,
Hey,
I would. I would. 'Cause I know I'm gonna get paid. I'll go right down to I'll go right down to the Good Morning America and say it.
uh-huh.
I'll do what that dude.
say,
I'll do what that guy
standing
did.
outside in the crowd with a sign.
Shut the
Say
fuck
Michael
up.
straight here. Shut
And
the fuck up.
I'll even draw a picture of him with the gap in the middle.
With this gap in the middle.
Shit, I'll rage bait him. I'll rage bait him just like DK Metcalf got rage baited. I'm trying to get paid, brothers.
Say go down there like a Clayton Bigsby. You got you nigger.
You niggas stink.
You out there disrespecting that boy Miles Garrett because he done broke that record, boy. Show you what we do to hate nigger like you.
Oh man. Yeah, you
Once
heard
What's
me
your
again,
play.
thoughts on that one, Will?
Oh
once
man,
again, we
hell
do
yeah.
not condone this message.
No, we don't.
Pause. Pause.
This
You gonna have
this
to
is
run a disclaimer and shit.
this. I got a new one for everybody. This is all AI.
You are watching artificial intelligence.
hey, hey, it was AI is the new I got hacked.
Exactly. Exactly. That's my excuse for everything. Hey, it's AI. I don't know what to
Hey,
tell you.
I got a quick sidebar question for all y'all. I know Will seen it. Have y'all seen the AI episode of South Park from this season where they was
No.
making AI videos? Bro, I recommend that episode to anybody that fuck with South Park. That's some hardcore fucking early 2000s, late 90s South Park hilarious
Oh,
shit,
I
bro.
gotta check it out then.
It's
I gotta check
hilarious,
it out.
dog.
I gotta check it out. We're running up on time. There's a lot of stuff we gotta cover.
Okay, hey, can I answer that question real quick? I didn't
Go
get a
ahead.
chance to answer that.
Go for it.
Wow, what he said, he like stated a fact. That was some sucker shit. Um, what? Look, what I heard him say while he was talking about this, he was like, I mean, you didn't compare a 16 game season to a 16 game record to a 12 game record.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, that's kind of the point, bro. Like when you won the record, nobody said, well, and so and so did such and such a 12 games. You know what I mean? They gave your flowers. And the issue that people did have with it, it's funny you didn't bring it up. You know what I'm saying? But people said that Brett Favre gifted that shit to him. And there was some people
Oh,
saying the same thing about, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Joe Burrow and shit. Say he gave up on the play for him or whatever the case may be. But he ain't want to bring that shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like that was some real sucker shit, man. He ain't have to, you know what I mean? He ain't have to, you know what I mean, shit on my man, you know what I mean? And this is the other part too. For a minute, we all thought that he was about to fucking destroy that record. Cause it's not like he kind of, you know what I mean, crept to it and whatever. Like, in week 14, we thought he was about to possibly, you know what I mean, end up with 24, 25, 26 sacks, the way he was playing at that time.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it's context matter, man. That was just some sucker shit that he said. Like, he was in his feelings or something.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all. And you know what? It actually um, confirms what I've been feeling for the past few years with Michael Strahan. Especially when he started taking these corporate positions. Like I said, well, they turn into a whole different dude when they take those corporate positions. So, with that being said, man. So but yeah. Once again, we kind of running low on the time because we wanted to keep it an hour and a half, but obviously there's a lot we had to cover, a lot of stuff we wanted to dig into, and I'm trying to get it before under 2 hours, but we could definitely continue. Let's go to the fair or foul segment. R&B wanted to actually share this segment with us. If you can kind of go over it, tell us what it's about, and we'll do it.
Oh no, well, there was the fair foul. That was the Michael Strahan. But
Well,
the
Oh,
one
okay, okay.
that's
you
yeah, the one segment I
Oh,
was
okay.
well,
talking about was the question of the week. That's what
there
I
it
was
is.
talking about.
Got you,
All
got you.
right,
Now I understand. Okay, I'm sorry.
give us the question of the week.
So if everybody can answer him, maybe like 40 seconds, 45 seconds or something like that. But my question of the week for this week is gonna be when you think about the 28-3 debacle and the Super Bowl when the Atlanta Falcons blew that lead to the New England Patriots. One word answers only. No percentages accepted. I want one name of who you hold responsible from the Falcons.
Shanahan.
Yeah, same.
Shanahan.
Yeah, it's unanimous. It's unanimous. All right, all right, all right,
Hmm.
all right.
That was horrible.
God awful. God awful. Well, Rod,
You talk
you got
about
to
you
give us.
talk about Henry not getting the ball enough in the second half last night. That's why they lost that damn game. They stopped giving Devontae Freeman the rock.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so I already got it. I already got next week's question for us. Unless you got another
But
one, RB, but I got one for us next week.
no, that's cool. It's
Man,
good.
man, you might well get. You know what I mean? Go ahead and do it now. We got. I think we can. What
Now,
one word answer?
Rod still got to give us his tight ends.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. All right, real quick. I'm gonna give you guys my top 10 tight ends real quick. Number 10, rolling with Greg Olson. Now, by the way, this is my top 10. So I don't want to hear no, oh, why how did y'all put so and so on that list? I don't want to hear that. Okay. Number
Why
nine.
I gotta be? Hold on. Why I gotta be our time? Why I thought it supposed to be all time?
But it's subject, it's subjective. It's subjective.
He's
Okay.
like Stephen A. It's fluid. It's
Hey,
fluid.
Yeah, it's
hey,
gender
you
fluid.
know,
That's how
we
it's
like
called.
our disclaimers around here. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah, I have to say that because I want y'all to say, oh, how can you put so and so in there? Look, man, I put a top 10 tight ends list together that I think is top 10. So number 10, Greg
Of
Olson.
all time.
Of
Okay.
all time, yes. Number
Okay.
9,
Okay.
Jimmy Graham. Number 3, I mean number 8. Number 8, Jason Witten. I hate to put him on there, but he did his thing in Dallas. Number 7,
I respect that
Zach
one.
Zach Ertz. Got to put him in there. Number 6, even though I never watched a live game, but I used to watch a lot of his highlights because he was one of the best coaches out there in Chicago. Got to give it up for Mike Ditka. Number 5, Vernon Davis. Number 4, Shannon Sharp. Number 3, Travis Kelce. Number 2, Antonio Gates. And number 1, Tony Gonzalez. What do y'all got to say about that list?
No,
Bro, you got
you really,
Greg, no Gronk, and you got Greg Olson and motherfucking Jimmy Graham and
Jimmy
motherfucking
Graham.
Zach Ertz and no Gronk. Rod,
Gronk
you
is
are officially
wild.
a
I'm gonna
troll.
tell you, okay, and once
Crazy
again,
You
work.
are officially a troll.
I'm glad you said that because I don't think Gronk was an actual tight end.
No, he was a fucking lineman playing receiver. Tight ends
He
are
played
big.
he played more receiver than tight end. He did
No,
more receiver things than tight end,
Gronk,
in my opinion.
Gronk was almost a sixth offensive lineman on the field every snap. Like Gronk was a top notch, excellent blocker, and like he wasn't like nah, nah, man.
No, I can give you what you're trying to say, bro, because this is the perfect way to analyze that. Gronk
Okay,
is the tight end that could play football in any era of tight end.
Most definitely.
Any era.
Gronk,
okay,
He
okay.
could
That's
he could he could do what Mike Dicker
right.
did and probably go out and get
Yeah.
1,000 yards in that era if they throw him the ball.
that's
Gronk,
fair.
Gronk did everything you want your tight end to do at a high level. You know what I'm saying? And a bunch of shit that we ain't necessarily seeing a whole lot of other tight ends do. So
All right, so you tell me he was actually supposed to be in the list, the top five or the 10, the top 10.
I
I
had,
mean,
I
I,
top
would
10,
say top
10 to
five.
5.
I got Gronk too. I got
Okay,
Gronk too. So okay. So Raj, what you
I had
said
him in my
about
top three, but I would definitely say at least top five.
okay,
Raj,
okay.
what you said about like we all said it's subjective. And when you was like, and R&B was like, what you mean is your list? I thought it was the greatest or whatever. Like, and Ryan, to tell you, I'll be particular about this. Like, you got to tell me exactly what you asking me, because if we talking like the greatest list, I can see him being down a little lower because he retired early, even though he came back. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um, like Gonzalez, I got Gonzalez number one because Gonzalez was so consistently excellent for so fucking long.
yes,
Like, you know what I mean? He retired number two on the receptions list or something like that, right? Or three or
yes.
somewhere like.
Number one.
I think two.
Number one.
No, I'm not talking about for tight ends. I'm talking about all time receptions.
Okay, all time.
He retired like top four or
Yeah,
five at least. I know that. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Um, but Grunk's peak, like Gronk might be the best tight end I've ever seen with my own two eyes. When we talking greatness, then it's a lot of other stuff that come into play. That's why he wound up at number two. Because Gonzalez just did it at such a high level for so long. It was kind of his numbers it's still a big gap between his numbers and everybody else's at tight end. But yeah, that's like the difference for me. You know what I mean? In this kind of stuff when we talking about these lists. If y'all hear me ask, like, what we talking about the greatest? We talking about the best? We just
right,
talking about our opinion. You know what I mean? Because all of those are kind of different things. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a lot
right,
of overlap, but they not. Those ain't all the same list to me. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like
I get
the
the point.
different sport, but the analogy that I use is Derrick Rose is way higher on the list of the best players I've ever seen than he is on the list of greatest players I've ever seen because of the injuries and you know what I mean, all of that stuff or whatever.
Okay, good point. Good point.
I'll throw another widget in there for you too. Gronk
Okay.
might have been able to break some of Tony Gonzalez's records had Aaron Hernandez not got caught up in that shit that he did.
Well, that's
Because
a good point.
that dual tight end system that they were running at that time.
Well, and it's funny you said that because I was actually going to put Aaron Hernandez as an honorable mention. I don't think he's top 10 or anything like that, but I definitely think what they had out there in New England was
If
special. Um,
so, I would take it to what Will just said. If we're talking best that I've ever seen tight ends, I could take Aaron Hernandez as an honorable mention.
okay,
Because that dual tight end system in New England they was running at that point in time was something different, and it was
right,
because of the combination of those two, the
right.
underneath and the over the top. It was unstoppable
That's true.
in
That's true.
speed and power.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. All right, fellas. Well, is there anything else you wanted to cover real quick or say before we wrap it up?
I thought you had something on the list about OKC fraud or something. You had a couple basketball topics.
Yeah, but it's not really that important. I mean, we could definitely cover it later on another show. I just want
For
to
sure,
say
for sure.
the trade real quick. I do want to give some breaking news. Trey Young is in the works of being traded. Um, there's no team exactly connected to him yet, but the Atlanta Hawks have announced that they are moving him. Um, in my opinion, I think it's wrong, but that's basketball, that's business, so I get it. But what are you guys' thoughts?
I mean,
Um,
he's been there so long and they've done nothing. I mean, they had the 1 year they
They
went
made
to
it
the
to the Eastern
conference,
Conference
the,
Finals.
yeah, the
Mm.
conference finals, but other than that, they've done nothing. So it's
But
time to.
well,
let me just get a little pushback on that, and I just want to say this real quick for the record, Donovan Mitchell never been to the Western Conference Finals or an Eastern Conference Final. So
Facts.
I can't say they haven't did anything. They have been in the playoffs Trae Young have led the team with assists every single season he's been there. He's been leading the league with assists. Um, he's a constant 20
and
plus
leading the team in
point
points.
and points. Yeah, and he's a constant 20 something plus points a night scorer. He's getting like 11 assists a game. And guess what? He brought that franchise into a respectable space. He got him to the playoffs multiple times and brought him to the Eastern Conference Finals against, by the way, the Milwaukee Bucks, and he won a championship that season. The Milwaukee Bucks. So that goes to show you there was just a few couple wins away. I believe they brought him to what, 5, 6 games, 6 games, 6 games. They brought
Yeah.
Milwaukee to in the Eastern Conference Finals when Milwaukee won it all. So it just goes to show you it's a narrative. And I'm saying that because I think that Trae Young gets this bad rap of being a terrible defender. But guess what? 75% of leagues are bad defenders. So I think it's unfortunate how he's being treated. Well, I'm sorry. I'll get off
Man,
this.
I know. I'm just gonna say that I think I agree with a lot of your sentiments. For one, I definitely think that it's a narrative that they push in here with this Trae Young shit, and the reason why I say that is because name me another player that played next to him that you felt was worthy, that where you could look to and say that's that guy, and they should be able to roll and do something. So
Exactly.
you want to make me the scapegoat because I'm doing everything I can to make these players around me that you giving me better and delivering as best I can, but we see that these players are not good enough. It's not good enough. So
Exactly.
you got to be the front office that makes the moves. You have to build around my greatness.
Mhm.
Because you have to build around my greatness. The Falcons, the Atlanta Hawks have not done that with Trae Young. They have not capitalized on that run to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I'm gonna tell you why they so hot in the ass to trade them now. Because they got the emergence of Jalen Johnson, who's out here balling, damn near averaging a triple double. He's getting the assists, he's getting the rebounds, he's getting the points. And for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. They feel like that it can't work with both of those two because they have to had a ball in their hand. Well, why not maybe sit down and try to see if we can come to a median? Let's see if we can work something out. How do you feel about having the ball a little bit less to make this thing work? How do you feel about having the ball a little bit less to make this thing work? Because the ultimate goal should be for y'all to win. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a bad narrative. They done found another dude to sell tickets and get butts in the seats, and they
Yep.
ready to be gone with the guy that been there putting butts in the seats. I like Trae Young. I think he getting scapegoated on this one. I would love to see him end up somewhere like Milwaukee. Keep Giannis in Milwaukee. I think him and Giannis would be a good fit together because I don't think that he would more so look for his shot the same way Dame did. I
Hmm.
think he would his he's a pick and roll threat. He's a
Yeah.
pick and roll threat. You put that next to Giannis, and then you damn near got James Harden and motherfucking Clint Capella all over again, but at a higher level.
Yep.
So you know what I'm saying? That's how I see it, man.
And I want to add on just a little bit to that what R&B said because he said it perfectly. I want to say it's strictly contractual. They don't want to pay that man $57 million in 2020. I mean, in 2030. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to pay this man damn near $60 million for playing the way he's playing. They did the same thing to Luca. They said we're going to keep it moving because you're good, you're great, you're damn near MVP, but you can't win a championship. Well, guess what? Dallas ain't going to win a championship because they don't have what they need for him to win the championship. But he got him to the promised land. They still traded him the next season. So it's strictly contractual. But go ahead. Well, what was you going to say?
Um, Atlanta has definitely not done him a whole lot of favors since they drafted him. Um, that year they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think most of us felt like they was kind of ahead of schedule. Like we didn't really think they was that good. Like they won, they got there, but what Atlanta didn't do was build on that and capitalize on that. They moved a lot of those players out, say Harder to Sacramento, you know what I mean, and moved on from a couple other players that really helped them be successful that season. They didn't build on it. I can't hold that against Trey. Also, too, I feel like the organization's job to, especially when you talk about somebody of Trey's caliber, it's the organization's job to put a team around you. You know what I'm saying? To help you be successful, help the team be successful. You got to build around Trey. We all know that Trey is not, a traditional player in a lot of ways, but it's ways that you can be creative in your roster structure. You know what I'm saying? Kind of support his weaknesses and accentuate his strengths. Um, I will say, if I was Trey, I probably would have spent time working on playing off the ball more. A lot of people compare him to Steph, and it's like the similarities are obvious, but the biggest difference between them is Steph can come off the ball and be just as effective and as devastating to your defense as he is on the ball. You know what I'm saying? And him being able to come off the ball, and they, obviously they like the ideal, example of all of this, putting the right kind of players around, somebody to help them succeed. Steph never had to be a John Stockton, Jason Kidd, pass first point guard. He'll get you 7 or 8. But he gonna come off the rock too. And Draymond, is really like they de facto point guard. Atlanta never really, gave. And again, like that's the highest possible level of this. I'm not saying it had to be, Clay, Draymond, and like Iguodala. But Atlanta didn't do him no favors, man. I never liked that the DeJounte Murray trade. I never thought that they fit together, and I like Murray. Like he got game.
like
He can
Murray
ball.
too,
You
but
know
he
what I'm
wasn't
saying?
fit.
But it's not,
I
not
never
on
thought
Atlanta.
I never thought that was a good fit, man. I was hoping I thought Porzingis might have been a good fit with him. You know what I'm saying? Especially, him being able to open up the floor, but he been hurt all season and shit. Trey
I'm
was
about to
hurt.
say he can't stay on the
But
floor. They both been hurt, but Porzingis, like he can't never stay on the floor wherever he go.
man,
He
that's
this time that year they won the championship in Boston.
yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. But yeah,
Also, I want to just also touch base on the OKC situation as well. Currently, OKC is losing to the Charlotte Hornets, ladies and gentlemen. The Charlotte Hornets, 96-71. Are
He
these guys?
bullshitting.
No, I'm serious. It's the third quarter, 31 seconds in the third quarter. They are getting blasted out there in OKC. Do you guys think that OKC are frauds because they've been sliding for the past couple games?
San Antonio broke them.
I agree. I agree. They figured them out and they broke them.
I'm
I ain't
not
gonna say
saying
they
that.
fraud. I ain't gonna say they fraud. So
Nah, they're
I mean,
definitely not frauds.
I will say this. I think San Antonio figured their system out, and now people are starting to take notice
Well,
because
they're still
San
30 and
Antonio being
6.
right.
yeah,
Right.
but let's okay, and let's go off of that, right?
you
They're
gonna
30 and
lose some
6,
games.
but let's keep it real. You're supposed to win the games that you're supposed to win. If you would have told me tonight that they're going to lose 3 times against the Spurs, a team that's still developing. Keep in mind, 2 years ago they was the number one pick for the lottery, right? And then you're
The
going to lose
Spurs
again,
deep though.
uh,
They
but
deep.
but they're still a developing team. They're nobody expects the Spurs to do
Hold on.
anything now.
Man, wait.
I don't think the Spurs are a developing team like
That,
that. Maybe Wemby is
that,
developing, but
I'm
you
looking.
gotta think dudes like Vassell and Johnson. They've been on that team. They was there with Pop. They've been around for a minute.
Okay,
Wemby is developing, but he also might be a top 5 player in the league right now. Because,
okay,
like,
okay, all right. Now, but hold on. But it gets better though. But then they turn around and lose against teams like uh the Charlotte Hornets. If Charlotte Hornets, now we know the Charlotte Hornets, they're a trash ass team. But they've been playing extreme defense. So I gotta give them credit on the past few games. They've been in the top 10 defense. And the addition of Con Knipple, they've been actually shooting really well with them. But what I'm saying is if they're not beating the teams they're supposed to beat, then who the hell are they? They're frauds.
I mean,
They're frauds.
even the best teams lose to bad teams sometimes. Like that happens. you know,
Not
I would be
according,
more concerned about those
not
three
according
losses
to
to San
Golden State.
Antonio. If I was them, or if I was an OKC fan, I would be more concerned about those three losses to San Antonio than this loss to Charlotte.
Okay. R&B, what's your take?
I don't think they frauds, man. But I tell you what, I do think I need these referees to stop fucking calling all these bullshit ass calls. Cause I'm tired of seeing Shea, and I like Shea. It ain't nothing against him, but I'm tired of seeing him fall on the floor from fading away, no contact at all, and referees on the whole other side of the court that barely could probably even see the fucking play calling a foul,
Okay.
and that shit swing a game. It's ridiculous.
So let me ask y'all a question real quick. Do you guys have the Portland Trailblazers as a top 10 team in the West?
As a
Portland
top 10
Trailblazers.
team,
Yeah, or a playoff team.
they may be more around maybe top 12, but if they played themselves somewhere into the play-in at the end of the season, I wouldn't be surprised because Shaden Sharp and at Vija or whatever Denny, like, yeah,
Yeah.
he
That's,
legit. He legit.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. I wouldn't be surprised if they found themselves in the play-in.
Okay. All right. So a play-in team. All right. um, what about the Suns? Do you guys see them as a top 15 team or top playoff team?
I
Top eight?
I think the Suns are gonna be a playoff team.
Okay.
They balling. Who'd have thought that Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks would be a thing?
Right.
But Dylan Brooks then took his game to another level this year. He averaging like 21, 22 points a game. He playing good defense. He playing his role. Devin Booker is distributing that bitch and scoring at a high level. They got role players stepping up like Gillespie out there draining threes. Old boy from Duke, what's his name? The one that was getting in trouble for tripping motherfuckers and shit.
Grayson
Oh, you
Allen.
talking about Grayson Allen?
Grayson Allen out there is a 3-point shooter. Like
Okay.
Phoenix, they playing some pretty solid
They
ball. I ain't
solid.
gonna say they world beaters, but I see them as a playoff team.
All right. Well, here's the thing. Uh, OKC have lost against the Portland Trailblazers. They have lost against the Spurs 3 times, right? And they lost against the Minnesota Timberwolves. My thing is, I get what y'all saying. Teams they're going to lose games, but when you are a young team that just coming off a championship like OKC Thunder, and you're talking about records being broken, like what OKC did. I mean, what the Golden State Warriors did back when they went for that huge record. What was it, 72 wins or something like that? I forgot the number.
73-9.
73.
Yeah, 73-9, right? And then these teams are getting blasted by the freaking Charlotte Hornets, ladies and gentlemen. Charlotte Hornets. There's no
Right.
excuse.
Right.
There's
If you
no
go back,
excuse.
if somebody could pull it up, I bet if you look at the 9 losses that Golden State had that season, I bet you at least a couple of them was the teams with losing records. I know for a fact it would happen with the 72-10 Bulls. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like it's look, they not worried about January. I know, like technically, again, it's a fact that the team is technically young, but they champions, so they're not inexperienced. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't think they falling apart. I don't think they're gonna fall apart over. Like I say, San Antonio might be in their heads right now, but I don't think they sweating Charlotte. Did they play last night? Like are they on the second night of a back to back or something?
I don't
Okay,
think
see,
so. I don't think so. I got to double check.
was
Um,
they in Miami or some shit last night? You know what I'm saying? Cause
Possibly.
You know them parties,
The Miami flu.
right? You know what I'm saying? Them road games in certain cities, you know what I mean, to get you.
Yeah, they coming off a back to back. Yesterday they were playing against the Suns, and they lost against the Suns, 108 to 105.
Yeah, that game winner, Devin Booker, the game winner.
So
Yeah,
wait, so and they played in Phoenix or in OKC.
they played in Phoenix.
So they went from Phoenix last night to Charlotte today.
No, they're in OKC.
They at home tonight. Okay, so
Yeah.
it was a home and away back to back. But that's a schedule loss, man.
Ah,
That's a schedule loss.
I
They happen.
guess. Well, Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday they played it. They play the Utah Jazz. Let's see if that's the schedule.
Man, you fuck around and lose to Utah because you bored the goddamn death.
Well,
Nah,
Utah actually got some.
Keon George
Utah
is
actually
nice.
got some ballers. Keon
Yeah,
is balling.
yeah,
Marketing is balling. Like
yeah.
they not just an
Oh
easy
no,
out.
I'm not talking about their team. I'm talking about just because it's fucking Utah.
Oh no, they playing OKC. Man,
Oh, they
OKC no
playing the
better than
OKC?
Utah.
Oh, okay, yeah, nah,
Yeah,
yeah,
OKC just as boring.
they.
I've been out there before. That shit is boring as hell. All right, guys. Well, is there any other things you guys want to cover before we wrap up?
Okay, so you got them women with those big old thighs. Kenny.
That's what's the name too? San Antonio.
He said them women, them big old women, San Antonio,
Them big old women in
Uh-huh.
San Antonio.
them cows.
Eating them churros. Shit is funny. I don't know what he be talking about. He be bugging on TV. Is there any other
um,
topics you guys want to cover real quick?
are we doing a list for next week?
Uh, yeah, we can do the list next week.
Yeah, running backs.
Running backs, okay. Real quick, I wanna just say this real quick. Shout out to the women in sports. Shout out to the Unrivaled League. That league is fire. I don't know if you guys are watching it. They're actually on right now on TNT. If you get an opportunity, check them out. Um, there's a lot of hoops, man. I love the fact that they got this league because the WNBA is good, and I think there's a lot of things they got to work on. But the fact that we can see them play in a league where it's a 3-on-3 fast-paced basketball, I love it. I love it. So I just want to just throw it out there. Make sure you guys check out the Rival League. It comes on Mondays and Fridays.
All right. Well,
For sure.
we'll be back next week. Hopefully, Agent Solstice won't have 600 stops.
That must be.
I hate logistics.
I hate that too. I worked in that shit too long. That might be the Kwanzaa the Kwanzaa gifts.
Then he gonna get the Canadian Christmas.
Box Day.
Then the Amazon sale.
Oh, I hate logistics, man. I've been there, done there. I hope I never go back. Knock on wood.
That's why this got to pop. Damn it, we got to pop.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
like a balloon.
Oh man. Well, till next week, gentlemen.
Ooh, yo, guys. I hate to cut it off, but real quick, make sure y'all go check out the Unrivaled League, man. Beckers, man, she is a problem. She hit a 3-point game, but she hit a 3-point buzzer beater just right now.
Man, just imagine if she ain't tearing ACLs in both knees, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Man. She's like the closest as far as her game goes, not as far as like who she is. She's like the closest thing to KD with her shots. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
can see that.
Her jumper's smooth, man. She
Smooth,
got the shot.
Yeah.
All right, fellas.
She's tough. Hey,
I gotta
like
finish
I say, it
Raw.
was the
I'm trying to
anniversary the
break
other
it
day, but
down for you.
R.I.P. Stuart Scott, man.
Yes,
It's that
yes.
dude.
We got to definitely give him a shout out, man. Stuart Scott, one of the greatest greatest anchors on any station.
Man,
I
they
love.
they they still trying to beat Stuart Scott to this day on Sports Center.
They'll never touch it. They'll never touch what he
Never
did.
touch it.
That's when
Especially when you got
ESPN
old
was
chinky
peak.
eyed beige motherfucker up there
Oh,
trying to be cool and smooth. Like, bruh, chill, you looking motherfucker. You
oh
ain't
man.
Stewart.
Nah, Stu is the MJ of
You
this
gotta
shit,
put
man.
that
Yeah, man, definitely, no doubt, no doubt. And gone too soon, man.
in.
Shout out to Stuart Scott.
That documentary was good too. If y'all ain't seen the 30 for 30,
Still gotta watch it.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. I definitely gotta check it out.
I'm about to start challenging all y'all to be up on the latest podcast docs and stuff like that when it comes to sports and stuff. I'm about to
I'm down.
start challenging y'all to be and seeing some shit.
All
I'm
right.
down.
First challenge. Find some time this week to watch Uncle Shay Shay and John Elway. It was good. It was good.
Okay.
You said who?
So,
You said who?
Uncle Shay Shay, he had John Elway on his podcast.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out.
Yeah, usually I listen to podcasts. So
mm,
Send me some good ones, man. I fuck with it.
all right, yeah. Because I'm looking now. I don't see. You said John Elway.
yeah.
Mhm.
Nah, yeah, I don't see it in here, but it's all right. Sometimes on the app it takes another day or two to come up. Probably just hasn't come
What
up yet.
on YouTube?
Nah. I listen to it on the podcast app on my phone, on
Oh, okay.
on my iPhone. So I'll have to,
I don't know if he or is it he it do they do it on there? His shit
yeah,
just
yeah,
gonna be on the podcast app? Okay.
yeah. Sometimes it just takes a couple days to update, but yeah. So I'll check it out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Appreciate you
All right,
guys.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
Sports. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
peace.